What is up, assholes? Welcome back to another GWENT video. Today, finally, we're going back to Skellige, the best faction. But to some people, the worst faction. But to me, the best faction. Today, I'm gonna try to finally get around to trying out Svalblod. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Self-Wound. Not so much the Svalblod, Knut the Callous versions. You know, the actually playable Self-Wound decks of recent years. Just the general playstyle of Self-Wound has always interested me, all the way back in beta. So for many years now, 5, 6 years, 5 sounds decent. And you know, Svalblod, you know, Ursan Ritual back when leaders were actual characters. It was Svalblod, and I was a big fan. I've always liked Ursan Ritual. And now Svalblod is in the game as an actual card, and he is very much a nuke. He, 10 for 13, big stats. Deploy. Damage all the units by 1. And whenever a Bear Abomination enters your side of the battlefield, you do that again. And the first time each turn that you deal 6 or more damage to units, you get a Fanatic. So, yeah, you just get a bunch of Fanatics. We have multiple ways to generate Bear Abominations just to get Svalblod to go off. And it's very nice to see. Like, when it happens, and it doesn't lose you the game. I'm not saying I've lost, because I haven't, you know, as become the norm here, I haven't actually played this against human opponents yet. But I'm sure it'll be fine. But Svalblod is not the only beastly deity we are worshipping today. We also have Melusine. A card that has been controversial for me in the past, but as time goes on and the game is power crept like crazy, we are getting closer and closer to a point where I think Melusine is fine. Like, really. She's a slow card the round you play her. She needs quite a bit of setup to even be super impactful when you res her. And, you know, cards are generally worth a lot more points these days, so Sigrid was right bringing back a 16, 18 point Melusine. Considering the setup that you had to do, honestly, it's fine. Sigrid was right can also bring back our buddy Svalblod, and then we can let Fukusha bring back Melusine, for example. As far as other ways of getting Bear Abominations, obviously our leader, Svalblod Totem, can make 2. Arnvald, pretty decent card. Drummond Berserker and Svalblod Fanatics both transform when hitting that Berserk condition. We have Artis in the deck. I'm not sure he's right, but I absolutely love the card. And there are a few cards in this deck that if you're going to play them, instead of summon them, you want to do it before playing Artis. Svalblod, Melusine, potentially Melusine rezzed by Fukusha, and probably the Greatsword. And maybe the Hermits. I didn't think the Hermits through, but I like them. But other than that, we're going to play Artis, and then we have units like Veteran, and these two guys in Armored Drakkar and Vilkarl that actually benefit from Artis damaging them by half their power. It also adds to Svalblod's every turn damage counter. Restore, because we have some big units that eventually will be damaged down to very low points in their lives. But then we can heal them back up. Now you might be wondering about the Greatsword. Like, my approach with this is to just have a bunch of units that negate or even benefit from the constant nuking that I hope to do. The thing about Greatsword, this damage self by 6 on deploy, that immediately spawns a fanatic with Svalblod. And then as we keep nuking, like the greatsword will quickly heal back up and will stay healed. Because when this gets damaged by Svalblod, it also gets healed by a bunch. So it's just a nice 10 strength unit that synergizes really well with Svalblod, but also just sticks on the board. Because we're gonna have a lot of units that eventually will die. Sometimes including Svalblod himself will die to the nuke. But it's nice to have great swords, veterans, Drakars, cards that will stick on the board and actually, you know, stay big or get bigger in the case of Drakar. Giant Boar is pretty nice. There's gonna be a lot of damaged units on the board. And sometimes we have like a 20-point Melusine that is damaged by 14. Giant Boar has the Arranger effect, boosts off by the amount a unit is damaged. I think a Giant Boar, with the flexibility and the effect there, I think, as a 6 provision card, I think it's decent. So that is my initial approach to Svalblod. Obviously there are people who play with Sigvald, Knut, and of course, Defender, Covenant of Steel. You know how I feel about that. I'm not going to do it. I was also even considering Olgierd Immortal, because he is not only just a big unit that will remain big throughout all the nuking, but he also is a counter to Reaver Hunters. So especially if you're running into a lot of Reavers, I would probably suggest playing Olgierd here. Maybe instead of Artis. I mean, it really depends how good Artis ends up being. I just think he's really fun. I love him. And he is a big Svalbard priest, as it says in his description. Alright. I am not sure how this is going to go. This is going to be one of those pray and spray types of decks. I'm just going to let Svalbard blast off and hopefully we end up victorious. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Once again, thank you for all the support lately. It's been really great. It's nice to be able to come back after a few months off and just, you know, things just go back to normal, right? Like, I was gone. You know I was gone. I'm back. Good to be back. You're happy I'm back. And we're just doing it. I really like that. So thank you for that. Let's get into some gameplay. Hopefully nuke some fools with Svalblod. Alright, gamers, it's on. It's a skellige mirror match, so pirates. Ugh. They're gonna get a lot of armor. And then they're gonna negate everything that I'm doing. Straight into the hard counter, huh? Wow. Okay. I mean, is there a bigger hard counter to what I'm going to do here than this? Damn it. This is not fair. What am I supposed to do? Half of my units damage themselves on deploy. And then I keep nuking. I'm a little bit pissed. I'm a little bit tilted. I'm not gonna lie. But hey, we can do this. Hey. Hopefully it's, well, not. Am I hoping for Nekker pirates? They have less actual things to benefit from the armor. Svalblod totem. Oh, well, nice. Yeah, I don't think this greatsword is going to be particularly good. At least we have points on the board here. We've been able to circumvent their strategy a little bit. Curse of Corrupt. That has to be Golden Nekker. That has to be Nekker. 100%. Okay. Should probably get Melusine though, right? Get her set up and threaten them. I should have done that earlier, but honestly I forgot she existed. With the Curse of Corruption out of the way, if it is a Golden Nekker deck, no Heat Wave, this could actually stick. Or he does that, but that's a nice get. That is a nice get. You're like, whatever, she's a 9. I could res. Probably not gonna res. Yeah, the great sword is not doing me a lot of favors. I'm gonna set up this. Because I can use that to trigger Drakkar. I'm gonna do this just so it boosts. Okay. Corsair. Well, if that transforms, it loses the infusion. Oh, you're just gonna use your leader. Alright. I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted. It's is it the right thing to do? Daddy Svalblod? Is it the right thing to do? Is Fukusya the right thing to do? Svalblod is not the right thing to do. I probably should have Fukusya'd that instead of... Yeah, that placement was all wrong. I should have Fukusya'd and played her in the middle. That was very wrong. Okay, Coral. Hitting the dream. I have a pass. This Fukusya is not... I mean, she's decent with Champion of Svalblod. We get 3 turns of rain, 16 points. Actually good. If he soaks up 2 hits... Wow. Just for points. Axel, when did you become a point whore? Hit the veteran. Come on, Cataclysm. Hit the veteran twice. It did, but he spent his leader, which was exactly enough. he hadn't spent the leader, that would have been a tie. Alright. Restore. Well, maybe. Maybe. Eh. Okay. It is Nekker. They don't have a lot of pirates or ships beyond what they've played, right? So I don't think there's going to be too much armor. Could be wrong. What are we looking to play here? Probably Artists after we drop Svalblod. That's good. You know what? Let's keep this. Let's do a big nuke. I mean, hey, if they put a lot of units on the board, that's actually fine. Yeah, that's actually fine. That is so fine. You gonna kill him? Gonna clash. 12 armor on that bitch. Well, well, well. I mean, he's going to be able to return it pretty easily once we get going. There's the Nekker. No, 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 not the donkeys. Anything but the donkeys, man. Okay, but he doesn't have the kill donkey. But he did have the donkeys. But that's just more units for Svalblod. Fukusia. I mean, that's a lot of units. That's a lot of units. But I don't want to kill my priest, do I? Do I want to? Is there a way I can set up more with this? Just for a big nuke? Probably not. But I can do this. Do I do this immediately? No. Maybe I should. Do they have an answer to this? That's fine. We have the restore on him. I don't know when we want to do that. Do we want to do it right away? Just to keep him alive? Because I do kind of fear for his life here. If we do this... It's decent. They put him back, but he doesn't do much. That's fine. Okay, Fukusha. I think a great sword? Or just the champion? Actually, I want something that can damage. Dude, just take the points. It's a lot of fucking points. Arnvald is kind of sucky. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. That was a good time to play it. Clunky setup towards the end there. I did not think that would be an issue this match, but I mean, Svalblod carried that. Svalbro nuked. Okay, Enslave beats us pretty hard. Is this gonna be reversed and it's gonna make me wish I had Olgierd in my deck? No, okay, it's this. Well. How about this? How about we wait with Artists? Maybe that's the right way to play him. Wait. Decent hand. Can't complain. It's probably, I mean, it's gonna be a Priestess. But there may or may not be a Malitale. Malitale? I think the Hermits are fine. It's just, it's again that a little bit of anti-synergy with Artists. I think as long as we're able to find a way to play around that anti-synergy, then I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. Can't say I'm in love with that card. I played it once. I know how good it is. I have lost to it multiple times because I know how good it is. Let's try to make this work anyway. We have some stuff. Artist does have some synergy with Restore, though. Potentially. I don't know if it's even worth considering, but it's a thing. They don't have boiling oil in that deck. They're going to get a lot of carryover on their units, but then we're just going to play Artists. And all of their units will be having their power halved. And Artist is going to carry this match. If Svalblod doesn't do it before him. Svalblod is a chat card. you got, sir? You drew a unit. Boosted its power. You play Red of Daddy. Ratty Daddy. You're gonna get your charges back, sir. But allow me to also generate some carryover for the coming battle. You versus me, brother. They have heat wave. I think they have heat wave. No, that's just a rune mage. Rune mage. Rune mage. Why was rune mage a thing in the deck? I didn't play a version with this. I don't know, why was rune mage a thing? It usually has a purpose. I don't think they have a lot of 4 provision units. They have some. Obviously they're big combo pieces. We're doing all right. I feel like this deck on red coin can do a lot of damage. When we go first, I don't know, it gets tricky. Oh, it is a Shupe deck. Okay. It's a Shupe deck. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can do the traveling priestess stuff with only one priestess, only one trident. Okay. We're gonna do this. Our points are just good. This Melusine is gonna die. Oh, he just keeps killing that. I feel like there's gotta be a heat wave involved then. Right? Yeah, good luck passing now, buddy. I am, as the kids say, set up. Squire, okay. I can res that thing. It's probably okay. How about some more rain for you? We do this, this. Are you tilted or something, dude? He seems tilted. Or he's gonna heat wave my Melusine. One of the two. I mean, is Svalblod a card that I play here? Or do I save him? Like, I can play him and bring him back. Fukusia can get Melusine. Like, it's... She's a beautiful 18 strength unit. That I can bring back without her being hurt by Artis. So that's good. Do we go for the 2-0? Okay, how about this? We play Svalblod. Just on the board. He doesn't need to do anything. We mulligan this, we just play Artis. Kind of forgot that he hit himself. But of course he does. It's kind of the point. Part of the point. He hits himself. Fuck. Forgot about that. Forgot about that. I always forget Shupe decks are Shupe decks. Because no decks are Shupe decks. Okay, new plan. It's still Artis, right? Has to be. It has to be Artis. Has to be Artis. Didn't I mute him? Oh. The X went out, but he was muted. Ah, a squirrel player. That does hurt my plan. Oh my god. Are you tilted? Are you being a prick? I don't know what you're doing. I'm just really glad I muted you. And I hope you can't deal with artists, because that would be really funny. You probably can. He created some big boys in his deck. Alright. Don't mind if I do. I'm kind of sad it's a Shupe deck, because that means they don't have another Redanian Elite. The first time you deal 6 damage. He didn't deal 6 damage. Or 3 damage. I did. You know what? I'm gonna play this. And I'm gonna see if Artis can work some real magic. They need 6 points. Wait. Wouldn't it have been better to reset the squirrel? The squirrel was damaged by 2. Bloody Baron was a 4. Because he was a 9. Got damaged by 5. He was a 4. And then you're going to reset the squirrel. You could have done that, dude. You could have done it. But barely. Artists almost legitimately made that happen. But now it's just my opponent either giving up or just hitting the wrong card. Lone Wolf 06. Sounds familiar. Oh, Enslave. I got wrecked by Enslave with this deck a couple of matches ago, but let's try it again. I made some misplays, so maybe I can make up for that here. Let's cut you. I don't need both. I don't really need that either. That's okay. Yeah, the thing is, they're going to be able to seize Melusine regardless. Because they have damaging tactics, they have pings, and then they seize her. Like, there's no avoiding it. Melusine just isn't a viable play. The Svalblod priest gets killed. Artist gets killed. Svalblod works here. Like, decently well. Svalblod could help us get a win on even. We just set up a nuke. We could do that. Okay, just Attorney Joust. It's fine. See, we do have a Neuromancy, which probably won't get us anything special. Could get Wildcarl. Sure. Calvit. Here's the thing, they may be looking to pass on 7. I should have used the ping. Okay, I mean, I don't really... Come on, great sword. Fucusia, why? Why you gotta do me like that, Lone Wolf? Why you gotta do me like that? Ah, no. Okay, it's it's artist time. Fucusia, really? I mean, he dies, obviously. But if he dies, maybe my Svalbard priest won't. And, you know, maybe they mulligan their tactics. Don't get Svalblod. I mean, actually, he gets hit for 5 by Artis. Oh, they got him. got a little laggy there. I don't like that. I mean, that Svalblod of theirs, it wasn't amazing. Okay, we're not getting it on even, but we are getting it. Which, honestly, I'm happy about. See, just playing that is 6, 7, 8. So slow. Jesus. That's not good for the video when you're acting slow, game. Okay, now what? Now what? I've expended a lot of my resources. You know what? I'll keep that. Now they have all their best cards lined up. And if I bleed them, I do so with my best cards. The only way this would ever work is if I set up a Melusine carryover. But she's just gonna get seized. So I can't. And also if I were going for that, because they so brilliantly hit my Fucusia with Vilgefortz, I would also have to save my Surface Right, which means no Svalblod. And honestly, I kind of want Svalblod. War Council. Cantarella. Okay, 5-point card. I mean, plus probably a 6 from this. But that's fine. I imagine they have plans for this. Coup de grace plans. If I do that, she goes to 9. They have to damage her by 3 to Caesar. I have to try. I have to try. I have to just hope that they don't tourney joust into C's. Please. Like they have their best cards in their hand, right? So they Cantarella was the top one of the top cards of their deck. So they probably mulliganed their bronzes. Their bronze removals, right? To draw into more gold cards. Skellen. Fuck Skellen. Skellen. But I can bring her back. Ardal. Well, I mean, that makes her bigger. Skellen gets 4, right? So he's 8 damage. He can't kill her. He can kill her and seize her as a 2, but he's not going to do that. The card he just drew might have been that. Or at least something similar. Okay, he might not have it. Might not have it. Okay, but do I bring back Svalblod or do I go for this Melusine? And if she's actually sticking, I am better off just setting her up. Right? Just not worrying about Svalblod. God, I haven't been this tense in a Gwent match in a long time. But this greatsword is terrible without Svalblod. I was not really counting on her surviving. Like she was gonna die and then I was gonna go for Svalblod anyway. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, that was my bad. That was my bad. We're not doing the rain. Are we just setting her up or are we going for Svalblod? I do feel like Svalblod is the bigger bomb, but of course only with the right setup. But what Svalblod does is he enables the opponent's leader, like, pretty quickly. Okay, we're seeing some shit. I don't think they had to spend that. I don't really see the point in that. Really? 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 There it is. What do they have? They have Artaud. Artaud. Maybe Brathens? Okay. Yeah. That is so bad. Right? Because this counts. Okay, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. It's still bad. It's still bad for us. Because I want a nuke. I want to play this and nuke. Let's see, Svalblod. I'm not killing this. I wonder if they transform him. I don't want them to, but they might. Just don't get removal for one of these guys. Okay, Svalblod is 10. And then... Okay, Melusine is 16. If I play her here, she's 17. I feel like Svalblod is more, right? He's 10. I'm gonna do it. I don't even know how much that was. They need 13? Oh my god, I didn't even think about the tactics. Okay, I'm gonna have to review the footage on that one, because I don't know if that was the right thing to do. Like, what was Svalblod worth there? He was at 10. And then I triggered my dude a couple of times. Like, I got 14 because I got a thing. And then... it probably wasn't worth it. Or was it? I do not know. I don't know. I mean, it was worth it to win that way. Was Svalblod worth more than 17 points? I don't think he was. Maybe he was. I don't know. Maybe I could have done it differently and he would have been. I don't know. I don't know. Thank you though so much for watching. I hope you had a good time watching me be a lot more stressed out than I've been playing Gwent in a long time. That last match. Like, there's so much math with Svalblod, dude. He's such a big brain card. And my small brain can't handle it, but I mean that's why I've waited this long to even do a Svalblod video, because I wasn't ready to even attempt to do that math. But now, after having played him, I gotta say, I love the card. Absolutely love the card. And I want to keep playing it, get better with it. Svalblod is a card that really pays off synergy, proper sequencing, strategizing, planning ahead. It's such a good, such a fun, cool design. As for the rest of the deck, Artis, I mean, I talked about this at the beginning. He has some anti-synergies, and his viability comes down to how easy it is to play around those. If you can play around them, I'd say he's a pretty good card. If you can't, then you should probably cut him. Let it be known that I have added some extra anti-synergies with Artis. So the idea with the Hermit was kind of a similar thing to Greatsword with the self-damage on deploy. But also, like, he heals himself. And the thing with Svalblod is, the more units we have, just regular units that don't benefit from being damaged, the less points we get, right? Because we lose more. The more points we lose. I was kind of thinking, like, if Hermit is picking off the stragglers, like helping us get rid of these dud units, and, keeping himself alive because he heals self by 2, then maybe that is worth it. And the Greatsword, I think I'm onto something with the Greatsword. Obviously, like, the anti-synergy with Artis is quite apparent. And if you don't have Svalblod, then the Greatsword is actually not that good. So I think optimally we cut the Greatsword. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think we do. Hermits can stay for now, I think. Because, like, they're pseudo Svalbard priests, they're pseudo Greatswords. I think they're actually pretty good at 4 provision for this deck. And, they are 4 provision cards. Like, ideally, you don't even play them. So the fact that they have anti-synergy with 1 card, not a problem. But yeah, I honestly think Artis could still have a spot here. Hermit could still have a spot here. Greatsword, while interesting, I think it's an interesting addition. I do think maybe the deck is better off without it. Did I miss having stuff like Sigvald Knut? Not at all. I'm not a huge fan of these cards. If you like them, like, they definitely go in this deck if you want to play them. The same with Covenant of Steel. I personally am not a fan of either of those cards. Or neither of them. So I spent my slots elsewhere. I like Wildkarl, you know, just a solid body. And a good res with Fukusia. And he's a unit that, you know, he can be on the board, can take a lot of nukes from Svalblod, and then just jump down on one of our smallest units and heal himself up. So I think he, you know, obvious synergy because he is a Svalblod-oriented card. He's the champion of Svalblod, after all. But I legitimately think that he is pretty good here. Also a decent backup target for Sigriff's Right if neither Svalblod nor Melusine are available. So yeah. Final thoughts. Probably cut the Greatsword. Everything else I'm going to keep in for now. Gotta find a replacement for this though. The deck was really fun to play. I'm absolutely in love with Svalblod. The card, I'm not romantically... It's Valentine's Day today. Svalblod, will you be my Valentine? I knew you'd say yes. Yeah, every other card, solid. Very, very solid. And the deck was fun to play. And what I do like about Artis is that he does make like some of these cards playable even without Svalblod, right? So maybe you never aim to play both unless you may be playing Svalblod first or you're summoning Svalblod with Sigriff's Right. There are ways to play both of these in the same round without getting screwed, but it's also nice to keep one for later. I really enjoyed this deck. I hope you did too. Skellige cultists are the OG cultists. Fuck the Eclipse, whatever they were called. This is a cult. This is how we do cults. Svalbard Totem being resilient with a repetitive order effect. Beautiful. I love this. I absolutely love this. Let me know down below how you would maybe potentially change this deck, make some tweaks. I've seen other Svalbard decks. A lot of the cards are similar, but there are different approaches. We could go more special card heavy, you know, because again, the fewer units we have, at least units that don't benefit from being damaged, the better, because then we lose less points. And Svalbard becomes a more one-sided board wipe. Board nuke. But I like the approach of having units that negate the damage or benefit from it. I think that's a more fun approach. I really like it. So I'm gonna keep going down this route. Again, if you have any suggestions for tweaks, I would love to hear them. Maybe you have your own Svalbard deck that you think is better than mine, and it probably is. You know, just based on past experiences, most people's decks are better than mine. So, by all means, let me know. Giant Boar. Honestly, if I cut the Greatsword and I need to tweak a provision up or down, I think Giant Boar is going with him. I mean, the card has obvious synergies and is good, but it's not necessary in any way, and it also has anti-synergy with Artis. So probably cutting both of these, maybe for another 5, and Herald Houndsnout. Am I gonna play Herald? I could play Herald. We'll see. Anyway, thank you for the last time for watching, and I hope to see you again soon for more GWENT content. Just a quick thing here. Some stuff came up at work, at my job, and I'm gonna have to work a little bit extra, at least for the next couple of weeks, but potentially long term. Yeah, big things, which, you know, could hurt video production, but I'm still really enjoying this right now. So I'll find the time. I'll make videos. But if 5 days go by and there hasn't been a video, Don't worry. I've just been busy, tired, but I'm working on it. But hopefully the next video will come soon, and hopefully you'll be right there with me. Until then, have a good one. Stay safe.